The Boston Celtics just saved their season, and for those of you that say it was never in jeopardy, I beg to differ. Jaylen Brown was going to do everything in his power to play the 65 games so he could be an All-NBA selection, despite the fact that his knee is absolutely cooked. As you can see here in the Knicks game, there are multiple examples. This first one, that is not normal right there. He doesn't have the push off his legs, and I know it went long, but he's overcompensating. He has no explosiveness trying to get downhill. McCall Bridges says, give me that. And then when trying to get downhill, he just runs right through Campaign instead of trying to go around him. And Jaylen Brown, they need this man healthy, so it's good that he's going to get some time off now, and he got shut down. Remember back earlier in the season when he had 44, 5, 3, and 4 against Indiana? That is the type of Jaylen Brown they need. They need the Finals MVP. I love this action right here where you're going to get an empty side ball screen with Jaylen Brown slipping into the open area, and there's nobody that's going to challenge him at the rim. That is a healthy Jaylen Brown. A Jaylen Brown that gets downhill at will right here against Tyrese Haliburton. That looked like a layup? No, he's going to go downhill and dunk it on Haliburton in transition. He's got something against the Pacers, it seems. He's 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan, so when he gets downhill, he can finish over everybody. He's a generational athlete, like right here when he's just yam time on Miles Turner's head. He's extremely tough to stop when he is slashing, and then once he gets the three-point game down, it's over. He's averaging 22.2 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 1.2 steals in 34 minutes, and is a crucial part of the best wing duo in the NBA. He's shooting 46% from the field on the year, 32% from three. We'll kind of blow past that, but he's got the highest net rating of his career at a 9.5 this season, which speaks to how good he's been playing because, yeah, the Celtics won the championship last year, and he's still playing better this year. Like, this is not a situation where you think somebody's going to get a layup with two guys staring at you in transition, but he just goes right through them because he's so explosive. He's got that handle, and he gets right to the rim. The passing has also been better. This year, he's averaging 4.5 assists per game compared to 3.6 last year in 2023-2024. And as you can see right here, he makes the correct read off the pick and pop with Jordan Walsh. Not the most ideal pick and pop partner, but he makes it work right here because both defenders, Johnny Furphy and Tyrese Haliburton, go with him. So he just drops it off, and it's an easy three ball. And then right here, kicking it out to Peyton Pritchard, who much better three-point option, much better floor spacer, and then, you know, he's got the midi to go with it. Nice little snatch back here in the half court against, I believe that's Thomas Bryant. That's a mismatch and a half. And then he's got the three ball, right? So once he's got all this stuff down, you're thinking he's going to drive, and then he's just got the three ball. Now, off the pull-up, he's not exactly fantastic, but he is a respectable catch-and-shoot guy. You at least have to have somebody out there when he's catching and shooting because he can knock that shot down. Now, off the pull-up game, that's not necessarily his game, but when he's got the pull-up working for him, now he becomes unstoppable because you're so worried about him going downhill, and he's just going to pull up in your mouth and knock it down from a good bit beyond the arc. We're running a little pick and roll action right here. And then on top of that, he's a fantastic defender as well. So he's a great scorer, great shooter, but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are both fantastic defenders. And that's why the Celtics were able to build their team around them. Like we said earlier, Brown's got that 6'6" frame. He's got a great wingspan at 7 feet, and he can defend as well. Like right here, Tyrese Maxey, that's a very shifty guard, and he says, get it out of here. When he's at full health, he's tough, especially as a two-way player. They got to get this man healthy for the playoffs. Keep in mind, he was absolutely huge last year, including being the Finals MVP, and last year in the playoffs averaged 25 points a game, 6 boards, 3.3 assists in 37 minutes per game. The Celtics only lost 3 games en route to winning the NBA championship, one to the Pacers, one to the Heat, and one to the Mavericks. He shot 52% last year in the playoffs, so definitely a guy that you got to have healthy and got to have going to have this duo be elite. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, obviously you like something, make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying at any point. We're looking for about 300 likes on today's video, so if you could help us out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Now let's talk about Tatum, who might be the most underrated, most disrespected player in the NBA, because he is legitimately having a top 5 season this year, averaging 26.8 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.2 steals. He's top 6 in scoring. A phenomenal rebounder for a wing, a good defender. The only thing he's kind of lacking in is the efficiency side of things, where he's 45% from the field and 34% from three, which is not good. But it was good last year. It's just a little bit of a down year. He's still a plus defender. He's 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan, so it's tough to score on him as a point of attack defender. They also have, of course, the two guards. They got the two wings that are elite defensively. Here he is guarding Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs last year. That's clamps. Here he is guarding Obi Toppin, absolutely strapping that down and getting the steal. And he's also fantastic offensively, obviously. Great passer. Another guy, we talked about Jaylen Brown's improvement. Jason Tatum's improvement has been fantastic as well. From 4.8 assists to 6 assists to over an assist per game improvement, which is really nice. You love to see that. He's playing more of a point guard role this year. They love to get him in the high ball screen, which is the bread and butter pretty much of this Celtics offense. Right here, we're going to have a little Spanish pick and roll action where Cornette's going to set the screen, and then Sam Hauser's going to come set the back screen for him. Jericho Sims anticipates this. Unfortunately, Tatum just pulls up from three, and it's a little bit too easy. Then once again, another high pick and roll action. Sims actually gets out there this time, and he still just drains it in his face. And then he's going to get into his bag a little bit. A little between the legs, a little step back, knocking it down. Off the dribble, he has been horrendous this year, which is leading to his lackluster three-point shooting. But off the catch, he's still very respectable. You got to close out with a high hand at 40%. The only problem is he only gets about 3 attempts per game off the catch. And I'd like to see him get back to what he is elite at, and that is driving downhill, because he is a force at the rim. The question for me now becomes, can anybody really beat the Celtics? And in the East, the answer for me is no. This is a team with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense according to defensive rating, where they boast the number 2 offense in the league. And they are actually 8th in points per game, despite the fact that they are dead last in pace of play. They will grind you out in the half court, and there's nothing you can really do about it because Joe Mazzulla has a ton of great sets. They obviously have fantastic shooters that are built around their 2 slashing wings that we talked about are much better facilitators this year. They have guys like Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Tingus Pingus, for crying out loud, right? They got guys that can really knock it down. And as of right now, if the playoffs were to start today, which they essentially do, the Celtics would draw the Orlando Magic more than likely, who I think do beat the Atlanta Hawks in that first play-in game. But that should not matter, right? The Magic may be able to take 1 game, maybe 2 at most. This is not going past 6 games, right? They got Polo, they got Franz, they got a good core, but they still haven't fixed their biggest problem, which is that the team just cannot shoot whatsoever. They're going to get blitzed out of the gym by the 500 3-pointers that the Celtics are going to throw up. And then in the second round, you have either the Knicks, who are 0-10 against the 3 best teams in the league, the Celtics, Thunder, and Cavs, or the young and upcoming Detroit Pistons. And whichever team it is, once again, I don't think this series gets past 5 games, maybe gets pushed to 6, but I think they make quick work of it. I think the Celtics got pretty lucky because they avoided having to play either the Bucks or the Cavs until the conference finals. Giannis looks to be on a warpath right now, becoming a triple-double machine, and the Cavs are obviously extremely good with the addition of DeAndre Hunter, even though they have kind of faltered down the stretch, so don't have to play either one of those teams till the conference finals. But once again, I don't think either of those series go past 6 games, which hopefully will set us up with an absolute bloodbath in the NBA Finals between the Thunder and the Celtics. I cannot wait. To watch that for 7 straight games is going to be pure cinema. NBA ratings will be through the roof. Jason Tatum versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and company is going to be a lot of fun. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. We're looking for about 300 likes on today's video. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching.